Hello and welcome to Simply South. I'm Harish Upadhyaya. Time to look at all the major stories emerging from South India, and we begin with Karnataka. The School Education and Literacy Department has issued notices to 568 schools in the state over the midday meals being served. In fact, they are saying that norms for midday meal being served have been violated, and they were found serving bananas instead of eggs without proper consent or approval from the parents, children, or even the education department. A total of 568 out of the 762 schools inspected were found replacing eggs with bananas on specific days like Mondays and Saturdays, or alternating between the two across the week. Some were even found to be serving eggs only 2 or 3 days a week against the mandated 6 days in a week. The notice warns of disciplinary action against the school authorities for such discrepancies. CNN News 18's Rohini Swami joins us for more on this. Rohini, serving eggs to school students was an ambitious project of the government. It believes that it will help the nutrition and other aspects in a meal and will improve overall health of school children. But several schools, in excess of 500, found violating that.
Yes, there were 792 schools where surprise drills were conducted. Now, this is part of the initiative where the Azim Premji Foundation has tied up with the Karnataka government to provide on a 3-year basis to provide nutritional value food to children, especially school children. Now, in the government schools, what they have found out especially is that that where they have to provide eggs 6 days a week, they were providing them bananas, and that too without the consent of either the child or the parents. Now, it is important to understand that there is a need for parental consent to say whether they want to substitute the eggs that have been served with bananas on so particular days. What we found is in some schools, they were being provided on Mondays and Saturdays. And these are also because of religious beliefs that are followed. And on other days, there are some places that were flouting rules where they were providing only 3 days of banana and 3 days of eggs. The idea is the nutritional value of these products are to be given to the children for their mental and physical growth. And that is why it was formulated based on various expert panels who have come together and came up with this particular balance of food, along with what they're providing in rice, dal, pulses, and ragi malt that is provided to children. Now, there's a crucial age also, especially of these children. The age between standard 1 to 10 are the ones who are being provided with this particular nutritional value food. And this year, they also extended it to pre-primary children. Now, with this flouting of rules, the directive is very clear that anybody who has been found flouting it, their action will be taken, and the principals in schools and the BOs of that area, action will be taken, which could also lead to suspension. When I spoke to the officials also, they said very clearly that this is a notice as of now, and in case they find one more such kind of action that is taking, then under dereliction of duty, many officers can be suspended.
All right, Rohini, stay with us. We have BJP's Ashok Gowda joining us. Mr. Gowda, this is an ambitious project likely to help the growth of students, especially in rural areas. And we are seeing such major discrepancies. 500 out of, 568 out of 762 schools found violating this. One only can imagine what's the scale when you look at all other schools in the state.
Yeah, absolutely right. Because there is a lot of corruption. All teachers have to pay to the HM, and HMs have to pay to the BOs, BOs have to pay to the DDPI, and DDPIs have to pay to the minister. And this is what is happening. So because they have to pay, share, and cut to the minister, they are trying to compromise on the materials which have to be given to the on the nutrition part of the children. For example, egg will cost 7 rupees, banana will cost only 50 paisa. And actually, they are supposed to give for the non-vegetarians who are only pure vegetarians. They are supposed to give banana with chikki, not just a banana. So when 50 paisa versus 7 rupees is what is the corruption leading to. The minister has a cut in this, and definitely, if you could have done the sting operations, you could have understood that what is a share which is taken to the minister level, and not just in this. Education department has become one of the most corrupt under Madhu Bangarappa. He himself has says that I don't understand education, but he has been given the education portfolio. That is part one. Part two, even not just in this. I run an educational institution wherein the smart board. Complete, including the CCTV cameras, recording, everything is at 4.5 lakhs. But in Karnataka state government, Each instrument is costing 19 lakh rupees, 4.5 lakhs versus 19 lakh rupees. This is the kind of the corruption which is happening in education department. We have been shouting in the house and as well as on the streets of Karnataka that Karnataka government under Siddaramaiah is become one of the most corrupt governments across the country. We have seen that if they don't have money for guarantees. Their economic advisor says we don't have money for guarantees or development. One of the things you have to choose. But Siddaramaiah's mismanagement and the finance department, how he has handled, because he has done 17 budgets, is what is an exemplary. Because we are partly saying this, they are not able to provide X, they are not able to provide 240
Yes.
crores for the transporters. So all these are getting examples because every day they are either the ministers are eating the money or MLAs are eating the money or they are sending it to AICC or they are funding for the different state elections. And this is what is Karnataka's affairs under Siddaramaiah is, under Congress is.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Ashok Gada, for joining us. Going back to Rohini. Rohini, this allegation is bound to come, saying that this isn't just a mere discrepancy or a rule not being followed, but the BJP will say that this is corruption that's being practiced at these school levels because of the overall corruption in the entire education department.
Absolutely, and this is what that is what they're also saying, that at one point of time when you're looking at sourcing this kind of food materials, there has to be transparency in doing that. The opposition building their mounting the pressure on the state government, saying this is another act of corruption. But one point that Mr. Gowda spoke about in terms of providing chikki to children, we should also remember that the Karnataka health department had removed chikki from the menu because they found that was high value of sugar and other contaminated items. But coming back to the point about how the school institutions and government institutions are run, the amount of transparency that is needed, well, that audit has to take place on a regular basis. And the BJP also, in one hand, talking about the corruption levels, not just at the BEO level or the school teacher level, but here now they're also talking to the minister himself. So the question lies that why should the children be fall in the crosshairs of this? It is them that you're looking at in terms of building their future, providing them nutrition food. And midday meal is important because it drives children to come to school as part of education. Many parents are unable to feed their children, and it has brought back children in terms of admissions back
Yes.
to school. So this should not be compromised at any level.
Yes. Thank you, Rohini, for joining us with all those details. Now, shifting focus from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu in a major observation